Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Sarge. This is a new episode of Battlefield Tactics, and what this is all about is me sharing and giving you my insight on what I do when I'm playing a large Conquest 64-player map. And this is assuming the role of solo queuing in the sense that you're joining a game by yourself. Obviously, you need teamwork. Teamwork is going to be very effective when you're playing a game type like this. But if you're a regular Joe who doesn't, play with friends, or you don't have friends to play with, and you just don't exactly understand this type of game type, or it's too big of a magnitude for you, that leaves you overwhelming to fall back on things like team deathmatch or domination. Hopefully this will give you some edge on what I do and how this may help you in the long run. And obviously these tactics will carry over for team games. If you're playing with a team, it might help as well. But it's just to better your game, and you can use this and then layer in your own tactics as well. And so what I'm doing here is going to spawn in this engineer. I'm using the MTAR, experimenting with it right now. I have the heavy barrel for increased accuracy for long ranges, and then I balance that out with the angled grip to have to keep its stability while I'm firing. And so the whole idea behind spawning in this engineer is to lay mines out, and because mines stay in the game indefinitely. In this case, I'm using the M2 slams, which are basically the same thing. The engineer has mines, and then they also have M2 slams to use, they both do the same thing. So I want to get over to where the closest point where the enemy is at. Playing Conquest, by the way, it's basically capturing flags and holding them. The more flags you capture, the more dominant you will be in controlling majority of the map and essentially winning the game. So I like to put mines in shadows like this. It's really good. You can also put it in potholes where craters have been made from explosives. So I have it in a direction where their vehicles come out from. That'll keep their tanks back and essentially give us the winning edge. And as you can see, the teams are about even here. The score, at least. Game just started. Notice that there's a guy popped up on the mini map. I believe he's above us, and so there's a vehicle outside. And then I'm going to take care of that guy real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and see if I can... the vehicle's down. So right now someone's capturing the point, and you can see that because we can't capture... Actually, there's more of them because I'm losing the flag now. So I want to be very careful here. Always check your mini-map. There's a tank outside. But yeah. So they sort of flushed back and had taken the point back. So I lost A, but I want us to go ahead and still keep the pressure there. Most teams will be focused on the center flags, and that's in most cases, if you're playing in a public game, that's where a lot of the heat will be, is in this area. But if you're solo queuing or if you're running with a squad, it's good to separate your team from that and try to take A. You can see F is being taken right now, so I'm going to spawn there to try to keep their team from capturing that, because they're doing the same thing that I just tried to do, is capture the flag that's closest to the enemy spawn. That's one there. Using the M40, by the way. That's my bolt action of choice. I want to get rid of that equipment there. Flag, because this flag is closest to our spawn. They want this flag because it's an essential piece in keeping our team disabled. Okay, so in a game like this, when you're playing with teams, you want to take your squad to certain objectives. If you're playing together, if you're playing with friends, you can split your squad up into, have guys dedicated to certain roles. In a competitive scene, that's usually how it works. You have guys dedicated to, taking certain flanking routes, going to certain flags. Normally, in a competitive scene, you won't be pushing over to the enemy base because they're going to have it covered, and so you have guys dedicated to certain roles to capture the closest flags first, and you want to maintain the flags that you have on your side of the map. And then flush the enemy back. And that's how it usually works in a very competitive match. But in a case like this, when you're playing public games, you're more or less going to have most people focus on the middle objectives, at least the flags that are centered in the middle of the map. And that, in most cases, you won't have guys watching flanking routes, and you can use those routes to capture flags that are closest to their base. and in turn affecting and changing the game. You can really change an entire game and turn it around by basically just flanking and capturing flags that are closer to the base. Hip fire. I don't think this guy's aware, and he's probably going to counter me. Yeah, that counter knife. And that 1% shield, I love that. All right, I don't know how many times I've hit somebody and they should have died, and in turn only got that 1% on their screen. So you can tell we have some guys there at A. That's awesome. What I can do is I can switch squads and try to find the squad that is holding up A right now. That way I can spawn on them. There you go. Because I'm not actually running with the teammates right now, so I can do that and get some mines down out here. So I'm gonna get some mines out here. Notice this guy coming down. Oh no! Let's see if he hits him. No, he didn't. All right. It looked like he did, but it didn't work. So I still got my mines out, and it seems like the enemy is not aware of them. So I'm gonna go back and spawn back on my recon. Okay, so it seems like we have a guy there. Yeah, we do have a guy there. So let's go ahead and I am taking A. Seems like there's someone here, so I put a beacon down so I can spawn on it if I need to. I think it's a chopper, yeah. Alright. Spawn points are going to be some back here. They also spawn in the crates area back over there. But I want to watch my mini map. Seems like there's a guy up here somewhere. Yeah, that's a tank back there. He knows that I'm capturing this flag, so I'm going to try to get some fire. There you go. Someone just ran over my mines. I think that was the tank there. Alright. And let's go ahead and try to capture this back. Now, there's going to be a lot of heat here because the enemy is flooding back to here to try to get this back. And I want to keep them doing that. Take the bait. There we go. I want to keep moving. You don't want to stay in the same spot too long. Oh. Oh no. And there's that infamous shotgun that's every aggressive recon's worst nightmare. Alright, fortunately enough, keep spawning on this guy. We can spawn in here, get some mines down, and notice that there's a tank crossing my path. And the beauty of C4, I love that. Alright. Get the chopper there and put a beacon down. Oh, let's go. It seems like we have a guy out here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this light on here. The reason behind that is because I put a beacon on the bottom. I don't want them to see that. There's a light down there that'll actually hide it, so they don't notice that there's a beacon down there. So. There's a gentleman up on top here. 1, 2. There we go. Nope. Don't compete against. Oh, there's the shotgun again. Let's go ahead and get these guys out there. I'm going to go ahead and put some C4 on my ATV. Oh. We were doing the same thing there. There we go. Basically, he was jihading. We were both trying to go in for the kill with our ATVs and C4s. But I'm going ahead and push up on foot here. You want to try to avoid that. If you can take an ATV or a motorbike, use them as transportation. In this case, seems like there's somebody here. There would be. Yeah. There you go, buddy. A. Hopefully nobody sees me. Let's turn off my laser sight. Got rid of that. Let's see. I can get a beacon out here.
Objective Charlie is ours. We now control Objective Charlie.
There's the guy there, but I want to take this guy out first. There we go. But in any case, we ended up winning the game. So turning the game around, basically what we did was, hold their flag and keep the pressure at A, which was the closest flag to their base. So that's essentially what I want to do. So my KD, you can see here, is not perfect, obviously. I did take a lot of heat, and I was putting myself in a very vulnerable position, but I was still top leaderboard, and I turned the game around, and that's essentially what you want to do. Obviously, you know, this is not going to be the case in every situation. If you're playing with your teammates, it's going to give you the ledge in turning the game around a lot more easier. But hopefully you can use some of this information to better your game, and that is the first episode of Battlefield Tactics. So thanks again for tuning in, guys, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Take care.